Joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, the Hall of Famer, host of the Brian Bailey Show, host of Brian Bailey's Touchdown Friday, host of Brian Bailey's Pirate Radio Live featuring Clip Rock. He is Brian Bailey. Hello, Brian Bailey.
Good to be here.
I'm glad you are here.
Why is that?
I don't know. I heard you were about gone Friday.
Woo. I'm telling you, that was one of the that was the hardest show that I've ever gone through with Touchdown Friday, and I had some tough ones when I was sick 2 years ago. Yeah. But this Friday, a stomach bug of some sort, and I mean, it was like, and J-Bone had it too, so he can tell you, but he didn't have to go live for a half an hour of high school football. And it was interfering with my preparation because I was trying to get ready, and it was like, I got to go to the bathroom, got to run, got to go to the bathroom, got to go. So it was really tough. But
and then,
we got through it somehow.
A rough weekend, the worst of it being watching Dallas get carved up by Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense, but yeah, it was awful. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, it was just guys running in the secondary wide open, and they got to get something fixed, and I'm not sure what it is.
Watching it live, I was like, okay, this is over because CeeDee Lamb's out for the year, but I guess it's not as bad.
I thought it wasn't. You know, I thought it could have been, and then when I saw CeeDee walking around, so I said he's okay. Then he tried to play, and then I thought, he'll take a week. He may play in the Packer game, but then it came out that he's not going to play in the Packer game. He's probably going to be out for today. It came out, though, that he might miss the Packer game and be back. They're not going to put him on injury reserve, so that's good.
Yeah, positive there. Commanders 2-1 after beating the Raiders.
Yeah.
How about the Eagles coming back and winning down 20?
They could be 0-3, I think. Legitimately.
The Cowboys game was close. Who was week 2? Chiefs, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, it could be 0-3. The Bucks. They have had the craziest games.
They have.
And even the other day, they're up by a lot, blow the lead, but you knew Baker was going to go right down the field.
Well, this is why you don't gamble, because the Eagles game, they should have lost, and they blocked the field goal and run it back, and then they cover. I mean.
But makes it fun. And all of a sudden, Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs in our lifetime, has a fumbling problem.
Yeah.
It's happened in 2 clutch moments.
And you can't, and we've talked about this a lot of times during the year, you just can't tell who's good and who's not. You think you have an idea that somebody's not good, then they pop up and play well. And then, just like Detroit. I thought against Green Bay, they looked awful.
Yeah, I would say right now, it's crazy to me. I would still say Baltimore is good, and they're 1-2.
Yeah.
I mean, they've lost to some really good teams.
Right.
I would say Buffalo, Detroit.
Yeah, Baltimore's a little better 1-2 than my Cowboys are.
Hey, same record.
Same record.
Same deal. But, man, fun NFL Sunday, and we'll get back at that coming up Thursday and this weekend. But speaking of Thursday, East Carolina, short week as they take on Army. And I got to say, for me, the excitement level going into this game is not what it was going into last week.
Yeah, I think because of last week, it kind of took some of the luster off of this matchup, because I think if you beat BYU in front of a national audience and then you got that much excitement, and Army didn't do their part either because they lost in overtime. But still, it's a national television audience. It's on ESPN, and it's a chance to watch college football. So I'm looking forward to it.
Bailey is a long-time reporter out at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium. What was it like with the new additions on Saturday? What did you think of the fireworks?
It was neat. I mean, it was kind of what I expected after I heard about it, but it was really neat to see it. I thought the flyover was really cool. I think the fans really enjoyed that part of it. I think the fireworks, like we joked about today. The Pirates just need to score more, get some more fireworks going, but they had some issues, and you hope that Caton Hauser doesn't make the mistakes that he made. The one mistake near the Pirate goal line, I didn't have a lot of problem with, because he's trying to make a play. He forced it in there. That happens. That happens everywhere. But when you're on the 1 yard line, you got to go to the half and be in a 6-3 game and just go to halftime in a tight game. You can't give them a touchdown like that.
Well, I hate the play itself. I mean, it sounds like we got to play the blame game. Are we blaming Hauser or John David Baker or who in that situation?
Well, wasn't the call a run? Wasn't that?
It was RPO.
It was an RPO, run pass option. Well, granted, I'm not nearly the coach that those guys are, but if
you're not a coach at all,
right?
And neither am I. We're just talking. We're just two guys talking.
But if I'd been on the sideline with a headset on, I would have said, "Caton, come here. We're running the ball out of there. We're going to get out of here 6-3.
Right,
I
yeah.
don't care what happens out there, and that's what we do. But,
Well, it shows.
well, I think a
too,
lot of those plays are run-pass options.
they don't have confidence in the run game right now, and they thought if they run the ball, they might get hit and force safety.
Okay, then it's what, 8-3.
No, yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got some issues on that side against good defenses.
Yeah.
Against Campbell and Coastal, we can do some things. Even against State, we did some things, but they just struggle to run the football.
Yeah,
Right now.
I just think that was a tough one to swallow, because when that happens, all the air was deflated out of the stadium, and they never really got back in the game after that. But
Yeah, we
but,
had an
you know,
exodus. I thought it was a little early for an exodus, but
I thought it was too, but it was what it was. But you just hate to see, because Caton's such a good kid and he's played so well. And I talked to somebody and I said, look, if I'm playing PlayStation against Rhino when he was a kid, I'm not going to throw the ball from the 1 yard line and in a tight game. I'm going to run the thing out of there. Call a quarterback sneak.
well, I'm glad you're not one of those dang young kids playing their video games like you and Robert Jones were talking about.
I know.
Great show, Bailey, but that 5 minutes of old man radio was tough.
You
to
didn't
listen
like
to.
that?
No.
I love small
You
man
were talking
radio.
about how they get degrees going to 4 schools. How many schools did you go to?
Well, that's different. That's completely different, because I had a plan, and by golly, that plan worked, Clip Brock.
Hey, look, you're a Hall of Famer.
Well, according to some, but that was different. I wasn't getting
different.
recruited everywhere. I was just trying to stay afloat.
Okay.
I was just trying to get a degree some way,
I'll
somehow.
argue this. Zakai Barker is not going to play in the NFL, but he chose to go get some money. I have no issue with that, but that's me.
Well, I mean, these days I don't have any issue with it. I just don't understand how you can stay eligible and how you can get a degree.
The class doesn't matter.
But it's got to matter. You got to be eligible to play, don't you?
Well, they figure a way out if
Oh.
you're good enough.
Yeah. They never figured that for me.
Or me.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it because I love sports and these athletes entertain me. So if somebody wants to do their homework for them, go for it. As long as they're there on Saturday.
I
Is that
hear
a
you.
bad way to look at it? Maybe so.
Yeah.
But, hell, the world's gone to hell anyway.
Yeah, well, in some ways.
We're back after this. All right, let's get back to sports. Speaking of going to hell, Brian Schottenheimer and Matt Eberflus.
What?
All right, ECU basketball.
I'm a shoddy guy. I like shoddy. I think he can get it done. Now, Eberflus I'm kind of worried about right now, because if he's playing zone with no pass rush, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And you know, the funny thing about the whole thing with Micah Parsons, if he were playing in this defense, he might not be effective either, as good as he is, because it's just not happening.
Somebody said Matt Eberflus finally developed Caleb Williams this weekend.
He finally did.
Finally
Yeah.
got him. All right, Bailey.
Yeah, leave me alone,
I know.
all right?
I'm sorry. ECU basketball. Jarrett was out there. You were out there.
Yep.
Y'all said you didn't get to see much.
No, we didn't see much. Let us shoot for like 15 minutes. I think I saw a couple of balls go in the basket, but not much. What I did see was the enthusiasm that Mike Schwartz has for basketball. And I'm telling you, nobody loves that sport more than Mike Schwartz. And you can see it in his eyes. You can hear it in his voice. I mean, he just loves – he's a gym rat. And he would like nothing more than see this Pirate basketball team just explode. And he's hoping, you know, it's weird because you don't develop teams anymore. You get your team and do the best you can with them, then you get another team. And that's what we're looking at right now. But hopefully he can get this thing going.
Yeah, I like Schwartz too. And I know he works his tail off. But if you don't bring in anybody that can hit an outside shot, you can work all you want to, and it's not going to matter. So I'm hoping, Jarrett, do we have anybody that can shoot? Do we have some outside shooters this year?
We didn't see any three-point
We
shooting
didn't see
during
any
practice.
shots at all.
I mean, it's the first day of official practice. So
Yeah.
what we're going to see is not,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really anything much. But, I mean, layup lines look good.
Do we make our layups?
Some of them.
How-
Jordan Riley and Jay Shane.
Was Jay Shane there?
Jay Shane had a good dunk.
All right,
Jordan
yeah.
Riley, as always, had a good dunk.
Man,
in.
yeah. Those
But,
guys are fun to watch now.
Any day one projections on outside of Riley, Jay Shane, like who are we counting on this year?
Gio Imarujo.
Oh, big fella.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you can say that.
We got some size.
You like him, don't you?
I
Bailey?
like him. I liked him last year when I saw him that first time with Mason. I mean, I thought, man, that guy's big and strong. And then hearing that he came to East Carolina,
Yeah.
I thought, man, I look forward to seeing him play.
We're gonna be able to protect the rim. I believe that.
Okay. All right. There's a little positivity as we talk a little ECU basketball here on a Tuesday with Double B Brian Bailey. Touchdown Friday. Bailey, I was out at Conley. Shout out to intern Cole. Does a great job with the DH Conley Game Day Live. He does.
He does.
A student out
I talked
there.
to him. I was over there. I think it was the first week I was
Yeah.
over there.
I went out there and did that, and they had a festive crowd the other night for Conley and Aiden Grifton, and Vikings getting the win. Have you looked ahead? Any big games? We're about to conference
Well,
play,
you know,
right?
the weird part, there's always one week that's not very good in high school football. And this year, it seems like, I don't know if it's because of the reclassification and everything, but this week in high school football is the absolute worst.
Well, Conley's off, I know, right?
Everybody's
So-
off, I think,
Oh,
in the
really?
Big Carolina. I mean, and that takes away all your,
Yeah.
your bigger schools, basically, in our area. But it's just a really slow week. Our game of the week is actually going to be John Paul II at Cary Christian outside of Raleigh. So we're going to send Zach out there.
Good.
Get him out of the city.
Get him out of here.
Get him out
He
of
has
the
been
town.
suspended from Pirate
I
Radio
heard.
due to his actions over the weekend,
Man,
and really his actions last week on the air. But you need to sit him down, Bailey.
I'll have to have that talk. Zach.
Please don't. He's. I don't want him to get in trouble with you. Just he can be in trouble with us.
He's gotten in trouble with me before. But I will say that he really busts his tail and does a great job. But in months past, I would say things like, hey, don't park there because it's a numbered spot and you're in somebody's parking spot. And guess where he parked? In the numbered parking spot. That one really got me because JJ called and said, "What are y'all doing parked in this blah blah blah? They can't get in." So
I think Zach works hard, takes his job serious.
Oh, he does. He's really good.
But that word you like to use, he's a knucklehead.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
He's a knucklehead.
And I say that with all love intended because I think I'm a knucklehead.
Right.
But he's certainly a knucklehead.
Grade A certified.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else going on in sports, Bailey?
I'm kind of looking forward to the weekend after we get through Thursday night
man.
and Friday. And
Great slate of college football
yeah,
games.
we get to watch college football.
Georgia,
all day.
Bama, Oregon, Penn State.
Oh man, I mean, I hate that East Carolina's not playing on these Saturdays, but I'll take it. It's like the coaches say, we only play what's on the schedule. So that's the way we have to look at it, and we got that. And then next week, I go down to Nags Head on Friday. I'll miss Touchdown Friday next week because we're having like a little mini reunion with some of the guys that I played football with.
Very cool.
So that's going to be really cool because they all thought I was dying 2 years ago and came down to see me. So
Somehow
we
Brian
said-
Bailey picked up 24 more pancake blocks the last 2 years that you're going to tell stories about. The stories get better and better.
Oh man,
as the
they do
years
get
go,
better
right?
and better, and then you'll hear one of them, and you'll think like, was I there for that? Well, I'll go with it. Yeah, that was great. That was fun. Yeah, that's what happens when you get old. All you have is stories.
That's awesome, man. Have
Yeah.
fun with that. All right, BB. Glad you're feeling better, man.
Oh, thank you, man. I tell you what, it was
yeah.
rough, man. I hope nobody else gets it, but it was a tough Friday.
And hope to see you Thursday, 3:30 on the Bud Light pregame
Yep,
tailgate.
we'll be there.
Brian Bailey coming from Sports Center to our show.
Yeah.
Big Thursday. It's going to be packed.
It's going to be
downtown,
slammed down
so-
there.
All right. Enjoy it. Thank you, BB.